Andrew Garfield's new show. And this one is also something that I wanted to check out as soon as I saw the trailer because, well, it's Andrew Garfield, but also, it's in a genre and tone that I love, which is this murder mystery thing, thriller all the way through, and I love watching such series because, it just keeps you engaged for the entire show, right? It's not like some big stuff needs to happen every episode and all that, but you keep getting clues and you're just engaged throughout the show. So I was definitely gonna check it out, even if it wasn't Garfield actually. But having him there in this type of role actually, it's something new that he's doing because he's never done this type of role before. So it would be interesting to see that as well. So you have seen the first two episodes, right? So what did you think about the show? And also how did you how do you feel about Garfield's role? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Apologies. I watched the first episode. I didn't watch the second one yet because I love this. I love the first episode. I was very surprised at how good it was. But it was my mother's birthday that day, so I didn't get to watch the second episode. And then the next day, Ozark came out, and I really wanted to finish that. So I haven't watched the second episode yet. Then Outer Range came out, so like I have so many shows to watch right now. But the first episode of this Andrew Garfield under the banner of heaven, it reminds me a lot of True Detective season one. Now, True Detective season one for me is the greatest single season of television ever. Matthew McConaughey as Russ Cole. You've got Woody Harrelson as Marty, I think it is. And I love that series. A detective, murder mystery, religious, conspiracy, cover-ups, all that kind of stuff. And this show kind of has something similar to that as well. It's on FX. Andrew Garfield is the main kind of detective. He's a very religious man. A brutal murder happens in the first few seconds of the first episode, and this sets up the entire series. And Andrew Garfield's detective, of course, trying to find out, obviously, and his own fate, his own religion is being questioned because this murder is related to a religious group in a way. Because you've got the Jesus Christ um, of, like it's a religious group who like they obviously talk about God. They have their mass, their church every single week, and you join it. Like so in America, I think there's certain like religious groups you can join like that. I don't think they're called cults, but maybe they are cults in a way. But um, so this kind of religious group is tied to the murder in a way, not in like a cult way, sacrifice type of way. We don't know exactly what's going on yet, but that's where Andrew Garfield's character is kind of questioning his own fate because this murder is so brutal and it's related or it's intertwined with something that he believes in so much, and he just can't understand it, and he's trying to understand it. And as he gets deeper and deeper into this murder and the intentions of this murder, he just gets a little bit darker, and you can see that happening on the screen as well. And it's got Daisy Edgar Jones in this series as well. She was in an Irish show called Normal People. That's where I first got to see her. Then she did the movie Fresh with Sebastian Stan, which was on Hulu or Disney Plus. It was on Disney Plus here. And I'm really liking her as an actress right now. She's popping up everywhere. I think she's got a new movie coming out pretty soon, where it was showing at CinemaCon where the dad craw some flies or something like that. I forget the name of it, but I'm seeing that advertised a lot. The trailer was really good, and she's in this as well. And what the series does is it has this present story of the detective trying to find out the murder, but while he is interviewing people, I think the movie's called Where the Crawdads Lie. Um, when he's trying to figure out this mystery, he's talking to certain people, he's interviewing them, and then they give their kind of point of view of something that happened a few weeks ago or a few months ago or a few years ago. So you go back into the past and you understand more about the character who was murdered and also the people that she got to meet along the way as well. So yeah, it's very True Detective-esque season one, and I like that a lot. Andrew Garfield, of course, look, he's a great actor. And I think he said he's going to take a break after this, which is a shame because he's on a bit of a roll right now. I thought he was bringing Tick Tick Boom. I thought he was, he came back as Spider-Man, and now he's doing this series, and he's killing it right now. And 2 episodes are out right now. Go check them out. I'm into the show already. After the first 15, 20 minutes, I was already hooked into this show because it's mixing religion as well. And I'm not really a religious guy, but I kind of what the show does as well. A lot of these characters are telling kind of religious stories, and they're set up in a way for what's um, in a parallel story. It's very what they do is they go back into history, and a certain historic story is similar to another kind of historic story, which is in a they viewpoint it in a religious way, and it's also kind of it's very parallel to what the story is of this series. So yeah, I think it's written well, and I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet because
I didn't even
I
know.
give you
I didn't even
I
know
give
it
you the
was dropping.
topics. I gave you the topics for today, and you're like, "Wait, is that show out
Yeah.
yet?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's out. It's class."
And even the flight attendant, which I loved the first season, I only got to know that so many episodes came out like a few days ago. So I have to
Yeah,
catch up on that as well. But yeah, I'll be definitely watching this. And this role is kind of similar to his Hacksaw Ridge role, right? Because in that, even in that, he's a man of faith and he believes in his religion and all that. And because of that, it motivates him and gives him hope and all that. So he's already proven to be, to play that part pretty well. So I'm really looking forward to it.
and Sam Warrington is in this series as well.
Oh
He plays kind of one of the he's an Avatar, I suppose.
yes,
To get to see him in the Avatar sequels. He was in Terminator Salvation, of course, as well. Clash of the Titans, but he is one of there's a family. There's the Laffertys. There's a family in this series that this is all tied directly to, and we get to learn more about this family. And this family is a big religious group. They're kind of the leaders in their community of that religion, of that religious group. They're a big family. Their father is very he's very kind of he's very strong. He's very opinionated in terms of his morals, his laws, his rules with his family and stuff like that. He's very strict on his family. He's got a lot of sons, and they're supposed to take over for him. And I'm interested to see how deep this kind of goes as well in terms of is how far is the religious undertones actually tied to the murder? Is there something with maybe it seems to be a lot of cover up as well in this series. So yeah, I think Sam Worthington plays a nice character, a good role as well, a very kind of mysterious role because you don't know what to think of him. But it's cool to have these big actors in this, and they're all doing awesome.